All right, I've cleared off the table once again, and the previous setup was all about 40% silver, numismatic silver. We're going to move into the 90% numismatic silver, and I've got a couple of things to show you here. To the far left, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the difference between numismatic silver and junk silver. So let me zoom in on what is typically referred to as junk silver. Why is it called junk silver? Well, it's silver. The content is generally 90%, and it's constitutional silver. That means it was issued by the U.S. Mint and circulated throughout the country in various decades. And junk silver is, well, the main reason why it's called junk silver is because of the condition of the coin. Now, there may be a numismatic value, but in this case, the condition of the coin is so far below standard. I mean, these are heavily worn coins. These are circulated to the point where their numismatic value is not in play. So, I mean, that Benjamin Franklin half, and then you got a barber quarter next to it. I mean, these are completely worn, and you would stack this because of the value of the content of the silver is still there, and it's inexpensive. So constitutional or junk silver that's been circulated, that's a great stacking strategy, and I highly recommend that you research what that's all about. All right, so now that we've had a good view of what junk silver is, and there's a couple of, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 pounds of that right there. I mean, I'm not kidding. It doesn't take you very long to get a lot of weight. And when you're dealing with junk silver, so if it's too worn out, they'll do a weight in. But it's sold by the actual value of the coin, the face value of the coin. There's a couple of different ways of doing it, but again, I highly recommend you research that and find out what the silver content of the junk silver is, and they'll probably do that minus spot or below melt value is another method. Anyway, great strategy. Again, I highly recommend junk silver. All right, now let's pan on over to the right. And now you can see why this numismatic silver is in such high condition, such a high quality condition. Let's take a look at those walkers up there. Now the walkers, what I try to do is I try to purchase the highest, the best condition that I can possibly get. And those are walkers of various years and various mints. You get the P's, the D's, and the S's in there. And again, I put them in airtights to keep them in a good condition. And then we'll move on down to the Franklin halves. Again, these are in top condition, both in proof and uncirculated conditions, or strikes, excuse me. I mean, look at that. These are these are beautiful coins. Again, now you know the difference between what junk is and really mint state constitutional silver. We're going to go into these half dollars, these Kennedy halves. I mean, just look at the quality there. It's all there. Let's zero in on this one. It's got a little cameo effect showing here. That nice? That's a beautiful coin. And I've got some standouts. These are above and beyond the quality. I've got a number of these, but I put some of them here on the far right-hand side so we can zoom in on those and take a look what I mean by standouts. And these are definitely your upper echelon in terms of actual quality of coin. And in 1992, they started with the 90% silver again for collectors in various proof sets, and that's still true for this day. So let's take a look at this top proof Franklin half. Look at that. Isn't that something else? Deep cameo. That is a deep cameo coin, 1956 Franklin proof. Wow. And here's a Kennedy proof. This is the accented hair variety. If you don't know what the accented hair variety is, I highly recommend that you educate yourself and research that coin. But in the beginning of 1964, as far as the first 3 or 4 months, I believe, of production and the proof, there is a accented hair variety, and you can see that right here. Plus a deep cameo effect as well. Let me see if I can get a little closer to that. And this would be a coin that I would reserve and consider sending in for grading to either NGC or PCGS. Look at these. Now these are the modern 2000 90% silver halves. They're proofs, and they all have a deep cameo appearance. That's how they came from the mint. And again, I liberated these out of proof sets. And then some uncirculated. I mean, look at the quality of these uncirculated Kennedy halves. 1964, 90% silver. These are all MS grade. Now, can you say MS grade? Of course you can. A lot of people think that you can't refer to raw coins as an MS grade or an MS coin. The fact of the matter is you can. Now, can you say this is an MS 64 coin and they're raw? Well, no, you can't, because that means you really need to have an MS64 grade. In other words, it needs to be turned in and serviced by either NGC or PCGS and actually receive a physical grade. But you can refer to a raw coin as an MS state without giving it a number. And all that means is, you know, uncirculated. These are brilliant uncirculated coins, and you can tell just by looking at them. There's no way these coins would be considered junk coins. Again, I'll pan through them again. Both Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint. And so there again, you see 90% Kennedy halves, 90% Franklin halves, 90% Walker halves, and then to the far left here you got those junk coins. Again, you know, you want to make sure that you're implementing a very unique strategy, and for me that's stacking both numismatic silver as well as just silver bullion. And then the third strategy is, of course, the constitutional silver that's termed junk silver. I do all three, so, and I kind of just lump them into two strategies, either numismatic silver or bullion silver. And here's a whole set of Kennedys. And never handle these when they're raw like this. You really don't want to handle them. You want to go ahead and if you are going to transport them and move them around, I highly recommend that you insert them into a airtight plastic, or if you can't do that, leave them in the capsule. These capsules hold 20 coins. And, you know, try not to move them around because they do get a lot of chatter, which is these abrasive rub marks. If they rub against each other, you'll see a lot of chatter on them, and that's those tiny scratches. Professionals, you know, really don't care for that, but, you know, sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes you'll find them already in that state when you liberate them from the various proof sets and uncirculated sets or mint sets. All right, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. And we're not done yet, so just kind of hang out with me a little bit more and check out some bullion. All righty.